The weather has improved in Toronto a bit, but you'd never know it at Pearson Airport. Hundreds more flights were cancelled or delayed today as airlines tried to clear the backlog from yesterday. Airport officials admitted today they need to figure out how to better handle a bout of extreme cold. But as Christina Stevens reports, that's little comfort to all those travelers still stranded.
Hundreds of suitcases still cover the floor at Pearson Airport. Kia Gideon is on the hunt. He arrived from South America yesterday.
There was a huge line, probably, 5 hours. And then after we got through that one, then we came down here for a couple hours.
To no avail, and he's back today. Still no luggage and no idea when he'll get rebooked on a Winnipeg flight. These guys know exactly when they'll get out and aren't impressed. Peter Wood won't get to Grand Prairie until Saturday and says a phone call to Air Canada didn't help.
Well, I'll put it this way, if I could have got my hand through that phone cord, somebody would have rung through.
Sold-out hotels meant an overnight at the airport for many. Around 500 flights were cancelled at Pearson yesterday after a partial shutdown due to freezing weather. And as airlines scrambled to get back on schedule, another 400 were cancelled today.
The airport authority says while they have had ground stops in the past, this one was the most significant. As for whether it was the right decision,
Monday morning quarterbacking the next day isn't going to help anything. Based on the decision we had at the time, it was the decision that we chose to make.
He says it's not fair to compare them to colder but much smaller airports like Winnipeg or Regina. This expert agrees.
The sheer volume of flights and passengers is just nothing like this in Winnipeg at all. And it's easier when you have a lot fewer flights to deal with these kind of issues.
But he says there are still lessons to be learned. Pearson is not alone in being impacted by the vicious cold. Several U.S. airports are also in recovery mode. According to FlightAware, there have been 13,000 cancellations this week. The polar vortex cost U.S. airlines and passengers $1.4 billion. Wood has his own economic concerns. He's missing 3 days of work.
It adds up. At $500 a day, it adds up. They don't care.
He says if he has to, he'll drive out. Christina Stevens, Global News, Toronto.